Devastating to see the actual impact that these fires have had, the charred landscape, the olive trees, the beehives, people's homes as well in some smaller villages, the Via National Park as well. It was an extensive, like the scale of this wildfire is, I don't know how to describe it. The locals, they were really waiting for the rain because they were scared of anything. I mean, they said there's not a lot to burn anymore. There's not many things left to burn, but still they were in fear of any rekindling.
There has now been rain across some parts of the country, but that brings its own hazards, with authorities warning of flash floods that pose an additional threat to life. The first fire began in mid-August, and at least 230,000 acres, that's 93,000 hectares of land, has been burnt since then. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, New Delhi comes under strict security measures as world leaders and delegates arrive in India's capital for the weekend's G20 summit. Russia launches elections in the occupied Ukrainian regions of Kherson, Zaporizhia, Donetsk and Luhansk as the Kremlin looks to tighten control over the annexed territories. The US has labelled the elections a sham vote. And military authorities in Nigeria have inaugurated a general court-martial to try 14 armed forces officers. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
Good morning, it's the KCHW Morning Show. It's Friday with Scott Allen and myself, Chuck Ritchie. How you doing this morning, Scott?
I am doing great because it is
Friday.
Yeah. Hey, wait. So Friday?
Friday.
That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend.
Never heart, Mr. Joker, please, it's Friday.
And then you can get married. Take the whole weekend off. You don't have to be back to the office until Monday.
Would it kill him to wear a tie? I mean, is every day in Iran Casual Friday?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
All right.
I thought
Thanks
maybe
so much, Chuck.
I thought maybe for a second you were excited because it's the apple pie eating contest today after the market.
It is. I want to see a picture of Doug McClain with apple pie all over his face. And you said he's our KCHW entry today, right?
That is correct. Maybe I can get him on video on a live feed. Ooh, I don't know.
That would be even better.
That would be even better. At least I'll get him on video.
Of course, we're talking about the farmers market, which is going on today from 11 to 3:30, and it ends with the apple pie eating contest. Yes.
That's right.
Fun in the sun. That's what I'm calling it, because you have abundant sunshine today with a high of 79, overnight low of 52. Saturday, 83, Sunday, 85, sunshine both days. Into Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, but still 84 on Monday, 82 on Tuesday, and now 80s throughout next week. You getting a little extended summer weather. Very nice.
I mean, the 80s is a bit... I could drop that down a hair, but, you know, these like high 70s, sunshiny days, I mean, this is
very nice.
Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Yesterday was amazing.
I saw a weather phenomenon, and I wish I would have had time last night, but it happened so late. I've got some video on my phone. I'm going to cut it up and maybe share it on camera next week. It was the craziest lightning show I've ever seen in my entire life. Wow. I stood with my camera and did like a panorama shooting video and turned around in a circle, and all the way around us, it was nothing but lightning. I have never seen so much lightning in my life. Now, a lot of it was that upper cloud static electricity lightning that just kind of lights up the upper heavens. But there were also lightning bolts coming from that straight down to the ground. I've never seen a lightning storm like it before. It was something otherworldly is what I'll say. And we had some guests in our camping cabins, and everybody was outside watching it last night. It was incredible.
Wow. I love a good lightning storm. Well, unless it's really dry.
Yeah, they're not so happy anymore in Washington, but it was phenomenal. I have literally, and I'm getting old now. I have never seen anything like it in my life. I looked at Mary and I said, Mother Nature is still so angry.
Oh yeah. Living in Alaska, we rarely got lightning in Alaska. It's just not a thing that happens very often. But I remember as a kid being down in the Tri-Cities, we lived in Kennewick, and we used to get in the desert these amazing purple lightning storms where the whole sky would just be this like deep, dark shade of purple with these lightning strikes. And it was amazing. It was beautiful.
It's kind of like Wyoming was, huge storms that roll through there in the summertime. And you got to worry about tornadoes there. And you can always tell when it's primed for tornadoes because you have 3 to 4 layers of clouds all moving different directions, and then the sky starts to turn green and you can almost smell the electricity in the air, and then here comes a funnel cloud. Run, everybody, run away.
Yeah. Oof. We narrowly escaped a tornado when we first moved to Tennessee. We were living in a yurt of all things, with the canvas size, and a tornado rolled through, and it went through the backside of the property we were renting. It sounded like a freight train rolling through. We were in like this archway between that and a little add-on and under mattresses at like 4 a.m. with the kids, and it was absolutely terrifying.
Wow.
Yeah.
In a yurt in a tornado.
In a yurt, yeah. Basically a tent.
Fancy tent, though.
Yeah. It rolled right through this tiny little town. Didn't cause any damage. It was all farmland. But yeah, bad.
Couple dumb jokes. Why did the French chef realize it was Friday?
Why did they realize it was Friday, Scott?
It creped up on them. One for the kids. Why did Thomas the Tank Engine stop working on Friday? You can do this one at school. Why did the Thomas the Tank Engine stop working on Friday?
Because he was lazy.
Ran out of steam.
Oh, I like
that. Why are Saturday and Sunday the strongest days of the week?
I don't know why.
Because Monday through Friday are weekdays.
Oh.
Thank you.
Especially Monday. Monday's week.
Thank you. All right, some more funnies. This is a bonus for anybody who is tuned in online, is watching on the KCHW website or watching on Facebook or watching on YouTube. These are funny T-shirts I found yesterday. All right, let's see. The first one here, this is pretty good. Elvis is dead, Sinatra is dead, and me, I feel also not so good. I'm gonna save the best one for last. Okay. I think you might have saw that one. This one, I have no pronouns. Do not refer to me.
Been there.
Just ignore me.
Been there.
All right. Let's see. Sorry, princess. I only date women who might stab me. It's a thing, I guess.
I prefer the ones that bring me coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I have one. It makes life better. All right. This one says 10 years ago, we had Steve Jobs, Bob Hope, and Johnny Cash. Now we have no jobs, no hope, and no cash. Wow. Please, God, don't let Kevin Bacon die.
Hold on to him.
I don't know what that has to do with it. I guess Kevin Bacon has taken the place of Betty White now.
Right? Maybe. Well, because we need our bacon.
That's right.
Right.
All right. Send my last funny T-shirt for today. I like this. It's an elderly lady, and she's got a nice red T-shirt on. It says, "Elect a clown, expect a circus."
And that is a bipartisan statement.
I saw in the news the other day, 69% of Democrats don't want Joe Biden to run. 69%.
Mm-hmm.
Now that should be a sign to the party right there, isn't it?
You'd think. Yeah. It's hard to gain any kind of traction there when you have no support with your own people.
Isn't anybody whispering in the ear, bad idea? Really, really bad idea.
You can't be on the campaign trail in your hover round.
All right. We got this morning's Bits and Breaks. Chuck Ritchie starts off with a quick joke.
So two friends... Oh, I didn't wait for the rest of the song. So two friends meet.
Intro.
Yeah, that's right. So two friends meet on the street after not having seen each other for some time. One of them's using crutches. What's the matter with you? Asked his friend. Bus accident, he said. Well, when did that happen? About 6 weeks ago, said the guy on the crutches. And you still have to use the crutches, he asked. Well, says the man, my doctor says I can get along without them, but my lawyer says I can't.
Listen to the lawyer. Bus accident.
Yes.
All right. Today's misfortune cookie. I didn't wait for it either. Your secret talent is getting tired without doing anything. Rest assured, your skills are unparalleled.
Nice.
It's for me?
Right?
All right. Chuck's got lots of animals in his house. How many animals in the house, Chuck?
We have 4 dogs and a cat. We had up until recently we had a turtle too, but we found a better home for her because of the cat. Yeah, the turtle didn't get harmed. It just we found a home for the turtle before we got the cat. That's all right. So,
doesn't the turtle already have a home though?
That's true. That's true. It carries with her, but she actually has a really great home now. She is a turtle in an office building, and she has lots of people that care for her every day, and they built her this most amazing habitat, and everybody stops by and feeds her, and she gets lots of worms every day. Yeah, she is spoiled rotten now.
Wow, yeah. Sounds like my life.
Right? You get worms and rotten mangoes.
All right, 4 dogs and a cat. Now I know you've had some trouble introducing the cat. How's it going?
It's going. We've actually put in a glass door between where the cat is temporarily living and where the dog, so the dog can see her every day, and so the dog can see him every day, and they can get treats and stuff on either side of the glass, and it's going along pretty well actually.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Give it another couple weeks, and the cat will be like this.
But I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
Dogs will be terrified.
Well, that's the problem with my new cat. He's too nice. He doesn't defend himself. He's just like, oh, well, okay. Sure, chase me.
So I had somebody convince me once to bring a German Shepherd that doesn't get along well with other animals, and he's trying to acclimate the dog to other animals. And he brought it into the radio station, and there used to be in the radio station, I had an apartment on the side of it with a cat door. And the cat door was like a square in the bottom of the door with just a blanket hanging over it. Mm-hmm. And he brings in the German Shepherd and has him sitting there. And it didn't take much but a few minutes to realize there was a dog in the building. And she comes to that cat door, but all she sticks through it is her head. And the blanket wraps around the head. And she just stares at the dog. It starts quivering, shaking, crying, hiding behind his master. And I was like, good kitty.
Well, my dog, he's not aggressive. He is being aggressive, but not like in a mean way. Just like this is a plaything, and I want to get to it. So he's excited about the cat, but he's too overexcited. So we're worried about the cat getting hurt by his overzealous excitement.
Well, you're probably giving him all those toys, so he looks at it and goes, I wonder if it squeaks if I bite down on it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly what is happening.
Right. I thought this next one would be perfect for you, Chuck. It's the most popular dog and cat names. They've been released for 2023. And Chuck, what are they?
The male dog names are Charlie, Max, Cooper, Buddy, and Jack.
This seems very unoriginal.
It does. I have a dog named Jack too. Okay. That's one of mine. Female dogs.
Sorry.
Right?
So sorry, Chuck.
Jack's a good boy. He's having health problems right now, though. Female dog names are Lucy, Bella, Luna, Daisy, and Lola.
These seem like they're like animal names from maybe the 70s.
Right. Okay. When I was a kid, we had a Daisy, and my sister has a Bella. So yeah, not very original, I guess. For cats, male cat names are Charlie, Leo, Max, Milo, and again, Jack.
All right, Max is in there every year.
Yeah, Max is. Since I was a kid, Max is, I think, more of a dog name than a human name now. And female cat names are Luna, Lucy, Bella, Sophie, and Stella.
Stella, huh?
Stella, I like
cat.
that. Yeah.
All right. This is a good one, too. What is the most basic thing that you're terrible at. And I should probably do it. Maybe I should just leave the shirt up on the camera. It's probably better than
No.
These are the most basic things people are terrible at. If you've got something this morning you want to join us on that you're terrible at and you want to share it with others, go ahead and put it on Facebook and we will make fun of you. All right? Just saying, be prepared for that. All right. So I will admit to the thing I am the worst at is cooking.
Cooking, okay. Okay.
All right. I only make two things, and those two things that I make are absolutely delicious. Marion, I think, will vouch for this, and that is through going through dieting and stuff and my love of pizza, I came up with what I like to call pizza rice.
Okay.
And it's delish. It comes out as a casserole, and I do just regular old white rice. All right. And then you put the pizza sauce and your garlic and your pepper when the rice comes out and butter and a little bit of mozzarella so it'll stick together. And you stir that all up. And then you layer on whatever you'd want for a pizza. My favorite's mushrooms, olives, and sausage.
That sounds
and
good.
I always use turkey sausage because I'm a good boy and I'm trying to eat well. So the only really, bad thing in this would be maybe the rice.
Right.
And then you top it with gobs of cheese. And it is pizza rice, and it tastes and smells to me like pizza.
That sounds good.
No stuffed crust though, so that's kind of sad. And then the other thing is basic old scrambled eggs. I don't know what I do. People ask me why they're so good, what my secret is, and there really is no secret except cooking them slowly and with love.
No, there you go.
Okay, you gotta love the eggs, and but other than that, I am a tragedy waiting to happen in the kitchen.
So this pizza rice, does it get where like the bottom of the rice gets all crispy and crunchy on the bottom?
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
Right.
There's
maybe a little around the edges with the cheese and stuff.
yeah.
So.
There's like some sort of Asian dish that I can't remember the name of right now that you bake the rice and it gets all crunchy and crispy on the bottom and it's phenomenal. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What are you terrible at, Chuck?
Mine is actually on this list. Probably my biggest handicap is my handwriting. I get told all the time, "Are you a doctor?" Or if not, "You should be a doctor. Look at this handwriting." Yeah. It's terrible.
Truly terrible.
And since I've got the nerve damage and I still, have a little troubles feeling stuff with my fingertips, my handwriting has gotten worse.
So no art going on there either or anything like that.
No,
right?
I can draw a mean stick figure.
All right, let's see. Marion vouched for the pizza rice online. She says it's delicious. Good morning to Ken as well. Other people posted that some of the worst things they do, folding clothes. Never fun.
I used to be bad, but then I started watching some YouTube videos on how to do some really efficient.
Pretty good at rolling them up, for travel, but other than that, no.
I got pretty good at the old Marie Kondo folding style. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Really fast.
I had to change because I'm not single anymore, but I had this thing where once I hit 50, I decided I was never folding laundry again. And I got a really huge chest of drawers and one for the bathroom. And I just shoved my clothes in there and then I pull them out the night before, spritz them with a little water so the wrinkles come out and wear them.
There you go.
And one of my kids came over and she goes to use the shower and she says, "Where's the clean towels at?" And I said, "They're in the chest of drawers where they've always been." And she says, "They're all wadded up and dirty in there, Dad." And I said, "No, they're not. They're clean." I'm just not wasting any more time folding a towel that I'm going to take out and get wet and throw back in the hamper. So.
The best laundry system we ever had were those bins, like the laundry bins, and we had shelves next to the washer and dryer, and each of us had our own bin. And when we took the stuff out of the dryer, everything just got thrown in your bin, and then what you did with it from there is up to you. And there's your clean clothes in the bin. Yeah.
Those are time-saving ideas, folks.
Yeah, exactly. You learned it here first.
Handwriting. So there's a lot of people that go along with you on that. One of the worst things they could do. Most basic thing you're terrible at. Going to bed at a reasonable time. We both have that problem.
I'm so bad at that. Last night I went to bed at 11 o'clock, Scott.
Whoa!
And then I woke up every hour and a half thinking, "Oh, I slept in. I'm late for the show. Oh, I slept in. I'm late for the show." And had a terrible night's sleep.
But you went early, and that's all that counts.
Yeah.
All right. Whistling.
Oh.
Whistling.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I can do my alien noises. Yep.
So I could never whistle. And I used to have, now you can get it for free all over online. But years ago, I had a line of parrot training CDs, Teach Your Bird How to Talk.
Oh.
Believe it or not. I sold a whole bunch of them on eBay. And I had requests for one that would whistle so you could teach your parrot to whistle songs. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't whistle. So I went to the Spokane Musicians Union and found a professional. They actually had listed a professional whistler. And I hired him to make the CD. And after working with the guy, I knew how to whistle.
That's amazing.
By the time we were done producing the CD, I could have done it without him.
Wow.
So maybe I should really put in more effort.
I can't whistle with my fingers.
Go ahead.
You see people do the really loud whistling with their fingers. I can't figure out how people use their fingers to make a whistling noise. It's just.
I need a piece of grass.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Shutting up, especially when it's important. I got that one.
I don't know what they're talking about. My wife, shut up. We have to go. We're the last people here.
I don't get this one. Making coffee. It's like a scoop and a filter.
Yeah. There's a million ways to make coffee that are all delicious.
You just have to know how much coffee the person who is getting the coffee, maybe if it's not you.
That's true.
How they like it. Yeah. All right. Tying balloons. I didn't know that was a problem thing, but apparently people have it.
I apparently am the only one in my house that can tie a balloon. Every time, Dad, tie this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And this last one, remembering what order the 12 months are in.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Uh-huh. Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby normal.
You know, I remember the order they're in, but what I can never remember is how many days are in each month. There's
a rhyme for that.
There is a rhyme, and my wife has told it to me a million times, and it's just a random rhyme. That doesn't really, it's just the random months with days after them. I don't get it.
It's hard to remember.
It is.
All right. Let's go back and forth on these, Chuck, and you can start off. These are we're going to do some Mythbusters of our own.
Okay.
These are things you've always thought were true, and Chuck, you kick it off.
Okay. So this myth, which is news to me that it's not true, cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis. I've always believed this to be true. The myth is that people who crack their knuckles are slowly twisting their hands into hideous, wizened claws. Wow, you should be doing this one, Scott. Yeah. The truth is that multiple studies have found no link whatsoever between the annoying habit and the arthritis. The cracking sound isn't bones being mangled out of shape, but the release of pockets of gas from between the joints. That said, long periods of knuckle cracking may contribute towards lower grip strength. Okay.
Huh. All right. I have horrible arthritis. I never cracked my knuckles. Now I'm to the point where the arthritis is so bad I'm afraid to go to like a chiropractor and get cracked.
Mm-hmm.
It seems dangerous.
Could it have anything to do with all the radiation from working in radio for so many years, Scott?
You know, I say it's not a problem, but it might be. And I do remember this one engineer, and it could have been Parkinson's or something, but he shook the whole time. One of the radio stations I worked at when I first got out of college, and he shook constantly. But the thing that was most amazing about it, he could still solder.
You know, I've seen.
I don't even know how he kept his eyes on the wires, but he could solder like crazy. But he shook the whole time, especially his head.
I've seen people do that. They shake like crazy, and they're just completely uncontrollable. And then they go to do some like super fine motor skill, and they just stop, and just dead still when they start doing whatever they're skilled at. It's incredible.
That's why I was so vocal on the radio when 5G came out and people were freaking out about it. And it's like, people, I've been blanketing Chihuahua with 28G for 10 years.
Don't tell them that, Scott. We're gonna get an email about that.
And it is 5G just means gigahertz.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, we're up there too. It's I can't remember exactly. It's like 20 to 28. I can't remember what the exact frequency was, but gigahertz, and it's all microwave energy, radio, whatever it happens to be. It's all microwave energy. We're getting blanketed it by multiple locations. Now the question comes: is that household modem putting out the 5G? Are you too close to it? Possibly, but I plan on donating my body to science because I have been subjected to high amounts of radiation since I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, tons of microwave radiation. Not only just what I eat, which we're going to cover in news stories too. There's a new story about a microwave and what you're putting in them. In fact, I'll just cover it right now.
Okay.
They said, this is out of the University of Nebraska, no kind. Even if they say it's safe, they have tested multiple forms of plastic that are being used in TV dinners. They are all releasing forever chemicals and microplastics into your food. And they say the FDA needs to get on board with this and recommend that people never microwave anything in plastic. If you've bought in a TV dinner, you should be putting it into glass before you heat it up.
That's fair.
And not sense. Leaded glass, okay? Just saying.
I always wondered they make the certain type of plastic dishes that they say are oven safe. Just put this in your oven, this plastic, right on the rack.
Now they didn't cover that.
Yeah.
If the heat is making it release plastic molecules as well.
Right.
So.
Okay. Oh,
there's a whole nother issue.
It's the actual microwave itself that's making that happen. Wow.
All right. Next myth. Fish have short memories. Like the myth is like a 4 a.m. drunk trying to order Taco Bell. Your goldfish swims around its bowl in perpetual state of confused awe. Its tiny brain resetting the world every 4 seconds. The truth? Fish are smarter than you think. If you've ever had a fish, they recognize you.
Mm-hmm.
And as the food dealer.
That's right.
Researchers from the Institute of Technology in Israel trained young fish to associate a sound played through a loudspeaker with feeding time. Each time they played a particular sound, the fish would return for food. Up to 5 months later, they responded in the same way.
Mm-hmm. I remember a thing where they taught goldfish how to navigate an obstacle course, and it remembered how to make it through. Yeah. So
there you go. All right.
Now, however, with humans, that's not always untrue. Some of us forget what happened 4 seconds ago.
What are we doing?
Are we on the air?
Next one. That's a common one, actually.
Right?
That's not funny.
I know, right? Chewing gum stays in your body. The myth is that if you accidentally swallow a chunk of Wrigley's in your gastrointestinal tract, we'll be wrestling with it for more than half a year. The truth is the pediatric gastroenterologist David Miloff of Nemours Children's Clinic in Florida told Scientific American that it's 100% untrue. That would mean that every single person who ever swallowed gum within the last 7 years would have evidence of gum in the digestive tract. But colonoscopies and capsule endoscopy procedures turn up no such evidence. In reality, it'll hang around for about a week.
Ew. Still, though.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nails and hair continue to grow after you die. As though corpses weren't disturbing enough, our nails and hair keep growing after our death. The truth? From the moment you're dead, your hair and fingernails decay with the rest of you. The myth comes from the fact that your skin recedes as it dries out, I suppose, from the dead body, making nails and hair appear longer. Let's see the next one. Hats. Chuck, hats.
Oh, hats. Yeah, hats keeping a lot of heat is the myth. It says if you lose so much heat through your head that you'd be better off stark naked when it snows. Wow. The truth is your mom meant well when she said that 40 to 45% of your body heat escapes through your head like a boiled kettle. But a study discovered that in normal circumstances, children only let about 10% of their body heat from their noggin.
All right. But you should still wear a hat, right?
I do like a nice warm hat during the winter.
Well, you're bald, though, Chuck.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. What?
My if you look like my hat is included. I'm ready for winter.
You just fortify it for the winter.
Yes. All right, bits and breaks right there for this morning. Let's take a look at that event calendar coming up. First Thursday Art Walk. Did you make it out onto the streets of Chewelah, Chuck?
I did. Well, I was busy working at the Cultural Center last night, manning the merch booth and the information desk there, and I didn't have a chance to make it out and about, but I was.
All right, so you were participating, though.
Yeah. I was working.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. As we said earlier at the start of the show, Farmers Market, 11 to 3:30, and it's apple pie eating contest. Get down there.
Yes,
see if you can take on our own Doug McQuain, who's going to be representing the radio station. And it's going to be a tough one because skinny guys, they can pound the food for some reason.
Yeah. He wasn't confident in his ability to win the other day, but he's going to try.
All right. Let's see. We've got the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary drive-through vaccination clinic going on. I'd like to give them a plug. That goes on from 10 to 12 in Colville tomorrow. Let's see. Next week, big deal, Chuck. What is it?
It is the Taste of Chewelah. That's going to be on Thursday, September 14th. It's from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. Those tickets are available at Valley Drug, Ickers Drug, or online at the ChewelahArtsGuild.org website.
And if you know, we had Diane Evans talking about it on the show Wednesday. We have a video for that on Facebook and YouTube where she's kind of giving us a rundown of the event. 9 eateries will be sharing their food that you can sample, as well as music, a whole bunch more art exhibits, an art auction to wrap it all up at 8:30 at Quartzsite Brewery. Delicious desserts, fun with friends, and more. Just $15 with kids under 9. Free. You can take the whole family.
I mean, if you think about it, that's for the amount of food that you get for the night, that is a cheap dinner, you know?
That is.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. Yes. Well, sampling at each place, but it's going to add up. You're going to have a full belly. And you can do it, Chuck, if you've done it before and you're like, I never make it through all of them. Chuck's doing it in reverse this year.
Yeah,
Good job,
I'm going to start at the places that I never make it to. I always have my rotation, you know, and it's just never enough time. Of course, I sit and I talk at every place for an hour.
That's the way it goes.
I know.
All right. I haven't any other things on the list. I look ahead to the month, though. There's another Fun in the Sun Fair coming up on the 23rd of September. Very cool.
Oh,
so another event in the park.
And the Chewelah Chamber of Commerce yearly auction, their fundraising auction, is later this month. I have my tickets waiting for me, but it's not on the calendar, and I don't remember exactly which day it was.
Okay. All right.
So
we'll get that firmed up for you next week. Oh, I found it. The 16th. So 2 days after
thank you.
Taste of Chewelah, you have the Chamber annual auction and gala. All right. See if we can get you some more details on this. They did get it on the calendar, Chuck. You just hadn't caught it yet. This door's open at 4:30. There's always a silent auction and a live auction. Dinner starts at 6. Happening again at the Chewelah Civic Center. $40 per ticket. Buy them advance again. Acres, the Independent, Valley Drug, or the Chamber office. A $10 gift card raffle. That's always a big deal. It's usually right around $1,500. The good thing is, though, Mike Bentz moved. Because he's won this several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, by buying a whole bunch of them. And he says it's great because then the rest of the year he gets to give out these gift certificates to friends and family.
Yeah, nice. Oh, and then, of course, on the 22nd, right here in the KCHW Theater, we have Isaac Tanaskett in concert.
Nice.
Yes. And I'm a little behind on getting those tickets out for sale, but we're hoping Monday to have those tickets available for sale. They're going to be $20 a ticket.
All right. Give me the details, and I will. I have already a template set up for the KCHW.org website.
Oh, perfect.
And people will be able to purchase those online right through our PayPal account.
Beautiful. Okay.
All right. Let's see what else we got. I think that's all for community events, unless you see one I missed.
No, I think that about does it. The Stage Time Theater School for Disney's Finding Nemo Jr. is still open. That class starts on the 13th, so time is running out for that.
Okay. Let's move into some special announcements then for KCHW. You just mentioned the concert on the 22nd.
Yep.
All right. Then another big deal happens next Wednesday.
Yes.
As you all know, we were just talking about Mike Bentz. He moved away, and we haven't found a replacement co-host yet for Mike. We figured somebody that it needed to be somebody that was really involved in community events, because Wednesday has always been like community events day where we really do the lowdown on what's happening around the area. And very, very excited. Somebody approached Chuck. Who was it?
It was Sharon Ludwig.
Yay!
Yes.
So Sharon will be joining the KCHW morning show next Wednesday. You said she's really excited about it, Chuck?
She is. I talked to her last night. She's getting everything prepared. She's getting all of her activities and everything that's going on around Chewelah. She's going to be an amazing person to have on the show. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. And now we won't have to filter things in our head before we say them. We're like, what would Sharon think? We're going to know immediately.
Right. Well, she'll give us the look.
She'll give us that one eye. What did you just say, Chuck?
No, that's going to be amazing.
The thing I'm most excited about is Sharon delivering the morning jokes.
Yes.
And the odd news. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I'm going to love it. Oh, I'm excited.
All right. There was something else big coming up. What was it? We had the concert. We had Sharon. We got the new brochures out if people want to sponsor or get memberships.
Which I will have available today at the Friday Market.
Okay, go see Chuck at the Farmers Market, and he'll hook you up with a membership. Or if you're a business owner, you can even be families can even sponsor programming. Just think about that. This portion of programming made possible by the Jetsons.
That's right. And we discussed SETI's Hardwares. We're hard at work trying to get their temporary store opened up.
All right, and they have a date now, right?
The date they're shooting for is October 1st. There's a lot of work to be done before then, but fingers crossed. Hopefully they'll be open in time, and at very least as soon as they possibly can. And
now you said so. You had some inside info after talking to them, Paul and Jessica, and you said they're bringing in giant Connex containers, and a couple of them are going to be heated and stuff.
Yep. If you drive by, you'll see the crew out there at work. They're getting deliveries loaded in, and they're getting the Connexes all set up out there in the garden center.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
good for them, and good for Chewelah.
Yes,
because you've had a problem. You said you made the comment, and you said, "Guess how many things that I've needed at the hardware store I've been able to buy since the fire." And good for you, Chuck. You haven't left town. He said 0.
I haven't gone anywhere else because I'm waiting for SETI's to reopen.
There you go.
Now, mostly because I'm just too lazy to go anywhere else.
Some new sponsors coming on. Chuck's been doing an excellent job. This one's for you, Chuck. Some new sponsors coming on to support public radio in Stevens County. JMT Petroleum, right?
Yep, that's right.
And you had one more. Who was that?
The Yale Press is going to be our newest sponsor. Yes. I was a little hesitant to approach Jessica with that, with everything going on, but it came up in a conversation, and I was like, I don't mean to push you guys, but we got this new brochure. Do you want to see it?
We have had some long-time sponsors. SETI's is at the top of that list since I think the first month we were on the air. They have sponsored public radio in Chewelah. What are we pushing now? We keep talking about it. Coming up on 12 years.
Yeah.
They have been sponsoring public radio in Stevens County, and a key is to keeping the radio on the air and accessible is those sponsors. So thank you. And I'm glad we can get the news out about what they're doing too. But thank you so much, Paul and Jessica SETI.
Yes, 100%. Well, not to mention, what they've been done in the art community and the theater community.
Amazing.
Immeasurable. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Stand with them. There you go.
Exactly.
Funny story this morning. This isn't in our odd news, but I wanted to share it. Incident took place at the North Sea Observatory's Seascape, at Chapelle St. Leonards in Lincolnshire, UK. All right. Yoga class in England was interrupted by police on Wednesday night after it was believed to be, the scene of a mass killing. Yes.
What?
Incident took place where I said the cafe detailed the experience in a Facebook post in which they assured visitors they host lots of yoga classes happening in the evenings.
What?
We're not part of any mad cult or crazy clubs. All in all, the situation turned out positive, and we are, of course, grateful. Have a great day, you guys. It's going to be a belter. According to the Post, Lincolnshire police arrived at the building at 9:30 after someone reporting having seen several people lying on the floor. Cafe explained it was a yoga class and meditation and acknowledged the officer's speedy arrival. There's people all over the floor. You gotta go now.
Here's a bloodbath. Wow.
That's funny, though. If I was to go do yoga, you would hear sirens.
Wow.
All right. I kind of covered the plastic thing already, so we're going to leave that one alone. But I think that's probably a good idea. Don't microwave your TV dinners in the cartons they come in and the plastic bowls they come in. Even though they're supposed to be microwave safe, they said more than 2 billion nanoplastics and 4 million microplastics per square centimeter.
Wow.
Right? That's 1/6 of a square inch. That's what they found.
So when I microwave
in the cooked food,
when I microwave my coffee to reheat it in an old leftover gas station styrofoam cup, I probably shouldn't do that. Is that what you're saying?
Probably shouldn't do that.
Okay,
not at all. All right, that comes from the University of Nebraska. Sorry.
Yeah. Well. Darn it! What am I going to do now? I've had that styrofoam cup for 15 years.
Yeah. All right, we're coming up on break time already. It's moving fast this morning. Let's go ahead and throw all the trivia I have at Chuck Ritchie.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
And Chuck, just like your cat,
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
That's right.
All right. Average person gets a new one of these every 4 weeks. What is it, Chuck?
It's not a toothbrush. It's a new layer of skin.
It is a new layer of skin. How'd you know that? That's so creepy.
Because I just knew that. Isn't that a thing that you learn in school? Isn't that a common thing that people know? I don't know.
I guess so. All right. Good job, Chuck.
Thank you.
All right. India has over 156,000. The U.S. has over 30,000. And Canada has over 62,000. These are a very important building in communities. What are they?
Curry restaurants.
You think we have 30,000 in America?
No.
You're just trying to be cute.
Am I getting... Is it churches?
No,
because America probably has more. Is it
true?
Is it It's very important building, so it's not KFC's
or McDonald's.
Right.
156,000 in India because they have a huge population. 30,000 in the U.S. Canada around 6,200. Every town. There'd be some like small towns, like I'm going to say Clayton doesn't have one, but anything bigger than like Clayton usually has one of these.
Is it a post office?
It is a post office.
Okay, yay.
See if you can spy the lie. I'm going to give you 3 statements. You tell me which one was the lie. Birth control campaigns in Egypt in the late 1970s failed because village women, thinking the pills had magic powers, ended up wearing them in lockets. Okay. Second one.
Wow.
Only one U.S. president was born in September. And the third, Harvard receives more applications than any other U.S. college.
I'm going to go with the Harvard one. I don't think it gets that many applications.
Look at you.
Wow. I'm like 100% today.
Most applications submitted to a college every year, UCLA. All right. And the only president born in September was William H. Taft. All right.
Wow.
And the village women did think those birth control pills had magic in them.
I do want to. I have a quick little humble brag about Harvard. My wife just got accepted to a certification program through Harvard.
All right, congratulations. All right, let's see. Every second, some 16 million tons of this fall to Earth. Chuck, what is it?
Space debris.
No, sir. Every second, 16 million tons fall to Earth.
Carbon.
No, sir.
Rain?
Yes.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give you a statement, and you have to guess which woman said it. She says, there's something sexy about a gut. Not a 400-pound beer gut, but a little paunch. I love that. Was it Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Lawrence, Sarah Palin, or Kathy Lee Gifford?
I'm going to go with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, second choice?
The first one. I don't remember what you said, but
Sandra Bullock, and that is
yeah.
the correct answer.
Okay.
All right. A couple more trivia questions. In 1836, Alabama became the first U.S. state to declare what holiday? Declare what a holiday?
Independence Day?
No.
Thanksgiving?
No.
Halloween?
You're running out of holidays.
I don't even think that's still considered an official holiday. Is it Halloween?
No.
Yeah.
No. First state, a U.S. state to declare this an official holiday was Alabama. The year was 1836. What was the holiday? Last chance.
Memorial Day. No.
Christmas, Chuck. Christmas.
Oh, really?
Christmas.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I would have thought that would have been sooner than that.
Me too. That's
right?
probably what was throwing you.
Yeah.
All right. 75% of adults live within an hour's drive of these people.
Relatives?
No. It's, well, a form of relative. What kind of relative?
In-laws.
I'll have to take that. The answer is parents.
Okay.
And in-laws are a form of parent.
Okay.
Let's play Which Came First. 12 toys were identified as finalists to join this year's National Toy Hall of Fame. The Strong National Museum of Play announced Tuesday which of the 12 came first. All right?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you basically two different toys. You tell me which came first.
Okay.
Clue or Risk?
Clue.
There you go. 1947 for Clue. Risk was 1959.
Okay.
All right, this is going to be a tough one. Magic 8-Ball or Sand?
Ooh, I like Magic Sand? Or just sand?
Sand. That's all it says.
Well, I think the obvious answer is sand, but I'm guessing...
Yes. Centuries ago.
I think sand was around a little bit
right.
before the Magic 8-Ball was invented.
Yeah. Here, kid, here's some dirt. Have fun. All right. Matchbox cars or paper airplanes?
Paper airplanes.
When do you think paper airplanes started?
Sometime in the 1700s, I'm guessing.
1500s.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's crazy. Matchbox cars were in 1952. This will be a tough one. This is probably the toughest one. Wiffle ball or Pez?
I'm going to go with Pez.
There you go. 1927 for Pez. The wiffle ball, not until 1953. Now, is a wiffle ball just like a pickleball?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
I have next week coming. We have an official rule book or a little description of the rules and the game of pickleball that we're going to be. I'm going to be editing it down to play next week during one of our segments.
And I heard that it's funny.
It is funny. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a little long, but it's fun. Yeah.
All right.
I do want to go back to the Matchbox car thing really quick. I even did it last night, find myself, when I see Matchbox cars in the store, I peruse through them and will occasionally purchase one or two of them for myself and add it to my collection.
Oh, I can't get to it. I got a bunch on the shelf.
Oh, do you? I love Matchbox
I have the Smokey
cars.
and the Bandit. I got the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am.
Nice.
That's my favorite.
What is it about them that's so satisfying? And then you find that really nice one, it's like, ooh, I got to have that. You know? I love them. I love them. I still play with them, too.
Maybe you shouldn't admit that, Chuck. You walk into the radio stations and you can't see Chuck anywhere, but you hear him in the back going boom, boom.
We had a yard sale once, and they started selling my old Matchbox cars from when I was a kid, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I stopped, but about half of them got sold.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right. Doctors say, Chuck, this is another trivia question.
Okay.
Doctors say you can lose up to 1/3 of this and still live. What is it?
Your blood.
Your blood. That's a lot.
Wow, yeah.
That's a lot. All right. Let's see. You gotta fill in the blank.
Okay.
Hole in the headline. To boost attendance, the township board in Michigan held a lakeside picnic before its regular meeting. After an hour of blank and side dishes, the Pledge of Allegiance was recited and the township board meeting was officially in order. About 24 people attended the picnic. Only 3 people attended the June meeting when blank wasn't served. What was served, Chuck?
Fried chicken.
No, sir.
Hamburgers.
It's worse than that.
Worse than what's better than fried chicken is the question. Hot dogs?
Hot dogs,
okay.
Yes. I vote, if I was voting worst food on the planet, sauerkraut and hot dogs. and double that if they're together.
So, I love a good.
Not a fan of the hot dog. And I heard they're mostly dogs. So
That's true. There's only one brand of hot dog that I'll eat, though. So there's that.
All right. Last two trivia questions, Chuck. In the 1700s, doctors prescribed what to cure the measles? It was a type of bug. What bug?
Was it leeches?
It was not leeches. And leeches, Chuck, I'm going to automatically disqualify you, are not a bug. But I'll give you another try.
They're not a bug?
Hold on. Okay.
What is a leech if it's not a bug? Is it an animal?
It's not an animal. It's in its own classification. We'll Google it, okay? I'm not a scientist.
Okay.
I'm the one asking the questions.
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
Remember?
Is it cockroaches?
No, something much cuter, but it's still a bug.
Is it a ladybug?
It is a ladybug. Oh, I gave it away.
Ladybugs are
1700s, doctors prescribed ladybugs to cure the measles. It doesn't say what you were supposed to do. Just play with them, eat them.
Every year I buy a ladybug, the big bags of ladybugs that you put in your garden that's supposed to control the pests. And then I go out the next day and I don't have any ladybugs in my garden. They just leave. They all leave me.
We're free. Of all these in the world, more than 50% are located in Canada. Now, don't answer quickly. Think about, what Canada might look from space. Of all these in the world, more than 50% of them are in Canada. What are they?
Trees?
No.
Glaciers?
No. There's a lot in Maine. There's a lot in Minnesota.
Lakes?
Lakes. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
I had to give it away so you could end on a positive note.
Yeah.
All right, we're off to break. When we come back, we're going to have a little goofy holidays through the weekend, local birthdays, a little bit of history, and then we always wrap it up with the dumb stuff. It's your odd news. Stay right here, Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Bears are wild, mind you, not trained carnival bears with little tats.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
You're listening to 102.7. KCHW, Chewila.
It's 8:15.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chewila Flooring.
Chewila Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewila. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewila, 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, September the 8th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. A lawsuit in Colorado is getting lots of national attention. It aims to remove the former president, Donald Trump, from the state's presidential primary ballot.
The group Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, or CREW, is looking to remove the former president, citing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. This post-Civil War language says anyone who took an oath to support the U.S. Constitution and then engages in rebellion or insurrection should be disqualified from holding office. CREW's chief counsel, Donald Sherman, describes how the former president's other trials could impact this case in particular.
The former president's conviction in any one of the many criminal trials that he is facing, but especially the Georgia case and the Jack Smith case related to January 6th, could bolster the already overwhelming public case.
I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
The group CREW removed a former Otero County commissioner from office for participating in the January 6th insurrection. Sherman notes it could be a precedent. Now from the New York Times, Peter Navarro, a former trade advisor to President Trump, was convicted on Thursday of 2 counts of criminal contempt of Congress. That for defying a subpoena from the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The Times reports the verdict made Navarro the second top advisor of Trump to be found guilty in connection to the committee's inquiry. Stephen Bannon was convicted of the same offense last summer. He faces 4 months in prison, but he remains free on bail. Each count for the 74-year-old Navarro carries a maximum of 1 year in prison and a fine of up to $100,000. Grassroots voting rights groups in Alabama say they are delighted by a federal court decision to discard the state's proposed congressional maps for a second time.
United Women of Color and the Ordinary People Society are among those celebrating the move as just 2 of the organizations that have advocated for more fair representation for voters of color. They see the decision as a necessary step toward achieving that goal. Rodrisha Rushaw with the Alabama Election Protection Network hopes this serves as an example for other states in the same fight.
Our hopes is that we will be a model state, as is being seen now, not only in Georgia and also in Louisiana, for a fair map, for equitable maps.
The 3-judge panel initially doubted the state's proposed maps during the August 14th hearing. Upon finding that the map likely violated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, the court instructed a special master and cartographer to redraw the maps by September 25th. Shantia Hudson reporting.
The state has appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. A tentative hearing for objections has been scheduled for October the 3rd. This is Public News Service. There was no evidence of significant voter fraud in the 2020 election, but that hasn't stopped Texas from withdrawing from a system used by 30 states to keep voter rolls updated.
The Electronic Registration Information Center, better known as ERIC, aims to ensure voters aren't registered or voting in more than one state at a time. But sponsors of the partisan bill argued it's a left-wing coalition with a worldview not shared by Texas Republicans who dominate the legislature. Rice University political science professor Mark Jones believes many Texas lawmakers were responding to perceptions, not facts.
Many Republican lawmakers feel compelled to pass legislation that shows them fighting against this alleged voter fraud, that even though it doesn't exist, Republican primary voters believe it does and want to see them actually doing something to combat it.
I'm Roz Brown.
The Keystone State has some work to do to provide more access to quality pre-K programs for the youngest folks in Pennsylvania. The details from Danielle Smith.
Only 43% of eligible 3- and 4-year-olds are in high-quality, publicly funded pre-K. That leaves over 87,000 without access, according to the new State of the Early Care and Education in Pennsylvania report. Maggie Leibelsberger with Pennsylvania Partnerships for Children says young kids need access to programs that prepare them to start kindergarten. But she says inadequate funding for childcare has led to issues of supply and demand that affects a family's ability to find care they can afford.
And it also impacts childcare providers and their ability to be compensated fairly to pay their teachers and maintain their business expenses. And so right now we are living in a world where there is a very historic workforce shortage within the childcare system. And a lot of that is due to unlivable wages.
Finally, from Eric Tegetthoff, the wait to curb emissions from Seattle buildings has gone on long enough that, according to climate groups,
The Seattle City Council is considering building emissions performance standards, which would require the city's biggest buildings to cut their climate pollution completely by 2045. Apartments would have a 2050 deadline. Jess Wallach with 350 Seattle says buildings are the second largest source of carbon emissions in the city, but this policy has been delayed and watered down over the past 2 years.
This is an opportunity to ensure that the biggest buildings in Seattle, which are by and large owned by wealthy corporations and real estate giants, are on track for a just transition to move their buildings off of fossil fuels and onto Seattle's clean energy grid.
The building emissions performance standards would reduce Seattle building emissions 27% by the year 2050. This is Mike Clifford, and thank you for ending your week with Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations on your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Northern Lights Public Radio is 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Deer Park, Colville.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show Part 2. Here we are with Scott Allen, myself, Chuck Ritchie.
Woo, woo, woo. All right, Chuck, before we do local birthdays, I want to do some shout-outs off Facebook this morning. We had Marion and Ken starting in the show. LaVon, your friend, joined us, and LaVon is going to be one of our new volunteers still, right? Yes?
Right, exactly. Yes, yes.
She's, all right. So thanks for listening this morning, LaVon. Also, tapping in, leaving a comment, reminding everybody about the apple pie eating contest again. Chewelah Farmers Market logging on this morning. Yep. Also, Craig McQuain Music. Thanks for dropping in, Craig. And then I want to throw a shout out to, I haven't been there yet, and I want you, when I come back here in a couple weeks, when I come to visit, I'm only going to be in town for like a day. Right. But I want you to take me to Andy's Sandwich Shop, so I can say thank you to Andy. Absolutely. Because nearly every day of the KCHW Morning Show, Andy makes a post on Facebook about our show and shares it on his Facebook page. So a big shout out to Andy's Sandwich Shop for promoting KCHW.
And actually, Andy is, I apologize if I'm not getting it right. It's Andrea or Andrea?
Okay, I'm sorry. I blew it already.
Yeah. It's her and Brian who run the shop, and they're actually wonderful people. But that's okay.
Here we go again. Dark alert.
I could do maybe one better. Here it is.
Oh no! We suck again.
But I agree. I agree. It's a great place, and food's really good, actually.
All right. All right. You sound a little quiet when we come back, or is that just me?
Oh, I didn't get my microphone turned all the way up. There we go.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, is that better?
See what 40 years in radio, just by the sound, I can tell.
Yeah.
Right.
I also
know immediately when it's a bad joke.
I know, right? Also, just going back to LaVon commenting, she has been part of working on our new underwriting brochures. She is also part of our new news team that we have working behind the scenes, trying to set up a KCHW news program.
All right. Yeah. All right. I love it. All right. Those local celebrities for our birthdays for the weekend.
Yes. We have Kinsley Lane and Ed Herda with birthdays. And then Chad and Cassandra Chalmers have an anniversary today.
How about going through the weekend?
Oh, yeah. And then Saturday is Ryan Walters, Julie Schlaylock, Colton Poor, and Maisie Smith have birthdays. And then on Sunday is Tony Dorrance with a birthday.
All right. How about Monday? Since I've at least been taking that day off. I don't know if you have been.
Oh, I have been too. It's Pauline Stolp, Chris Ludwig, and Bob and Joni Graybeal have an anniversary.
Nice. Yeah. All right. You know them, you love them. You see them on the streets of Chewelah, point and laugh and tell them we were talking about them on the radio, but don't tell them what we said. All right. Celebrity birthdays for today. Bernie Sanders, 82. Hey. All right.
He's probably feeling the burn in his sciatica.
He's never going to live down those mittens, that's for sure.
I love the mittens.
Heather Thomas from The Fall Guy is 66. You remember that TV show? It was Lee Majors and Heather Thomas, The Fall Guy. He was a stunt guy. David Arquette, 52. Martin Freeman from Marvel Films and TV, plus The Hobbit. He is 52.
You remember being in that movie with him?
Say?
You remember being in that movie with him?
I do.
The Hobbit?
What,
Yeah,
The Hobbit?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. That was rude.
Shut up, Wesley.
Oh, one more.
Hey, shut up.
Lawrence Tate from Dead Presidents, 48. Nathan Caudry from Mom is 46. Pink is turning 44. Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement, 42. Wiz Khalifa, 36. Deanne Doan from Vikings, 33. And Gaten Marazzo from Stranger Things, just 21. Still playing a 14-year-old.
Right? I think they're up to like 17 or 18 now in the show.
All right.
Yeah.
Today's history, courtesy of Chuck Ritchie.
In 1900, a powerful hurricane hit Galveston, Texas. Ooh, ouch, killing about 8,000 people. That's horrible.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Then in 1930, 3M began marketing Scotch transparent tape, and the world was never the same.
That's right.
In 1966, the TV series Star Trek premiered on NBC.
Oh, I got a little tribute for that.
Dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim.
All right.
You know, I have watched all Star Trek except the original series and the Enterprise.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen.
Skip those.
I've never seen the original series.
Oh,
I've seen episodes.
It's
and
brilliant
clips
for the time. You should see it.
I've seen the movies.
Now, if you're going to watch the original series, they have another, I guess I should say, version of them where they recolorized them and added new graphics, especially to things outside the ship in space. So all the space graphics, the space battles, the planets, like when they come back from commercial and stuff like that, they've all been digitally enhanced, and it looks great.
Does it?
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the version of it, Enterprise, with Scott Bakula, first year kind of lame, fifth year kind of lame. The ones in the middle, awesome.
Really? Because it's always listed as the worst Trek ever. And all the lists.
No. There's and for its time, it wears after years. But when that series first came out, the second, third, especially the second and third years, they were, for me, anyways, and my partner at the time, they were set on the edge of your seat. Can't wait till next week to see the next episode.
Really? Well, maybe we'll have to watch it. I know after school every day coming home as a kid, it was Next Generation and Quantum Leap.
Yep.
Speaking of Scott Bakula, yeah.
All right, what else you got in history for today?
2005, in Russia, a man walked into a bank and walked out with about $1,000. Then, hoping to use his loot to buy a little lunch, he walked into what he thought was a sandwich shop. Had the thief chosen door number 2, he'd had himself some lunch, but because he chose door number 1, he walked right into the hands of cops who had just received a description of the bank robber. Wrong door, buddy.
Oopsie.
In 2006, the Senate report faulted intelligence gathering in the lead up to the 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq. Say it ain't so. In 2014, Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, announced they were expecting their second child.
Okay.
2018, at the 75th Venice International Film Festival, a Netflix film wins a Golden Lion for the first time with Roma.
Okay.
I know those are words. And then in 2022, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom passed away at Balmoral Castle in Scotland after reigning for 70 years. That's been a year already.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. All right, we move along to special events today. It is Stand Up to Cancer Day, 401k Day, International Literacy Day, Actors Day, Ampersand Day, a.k.a. the and sign day, right? Date Nut Bread Day. It doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
That's why it has its own day.
I'll have
It
zucchini
needs the
bread
extra
instead.
promotion. Pediatric Hematology Oncology Nurses Day. That's a tough one. That's a mouthful.
Right.
All right. World Physical Therapy Day. Those are the people that kind of hurt you sometimes and like it.
Yep.
All right.
Sadists.
And as we covered it, Star Trek Day. And I got this.
Gentlemen, beam me aboard.
Please. All right. Please beam me aboard.
I will have to say I never watched the original series in order, but I did. I grew up with all the movies and stuff, watching them over and over again. So there's that.
All right. Chuck, will you move ahead to Saturday and deliver the special events for Saturday?
I will. Saturday is... I love this one. It's Buy a Priest a Beer Day.
It's okay. It's
Right.
okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay for priests to have a beer. I was shocked, though, the first time I realized that as a child when the local Catholic priest at the time, now this is, almost 50 years ago, knocked on the back door and I opened it and he was standing there with a six-pack and he said, "Is your dad home?"
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those old churches and stuff, especially some of the monasteries. That's what they do is they make beer and alcohol, and that was the original way of saving your crops for the season. You'd make alcohol with it and preserve it. I worked for a catering company and we got a contract to cater all the events at a Catholic church. And I was young. I was probably 19, 20 years old at the time. I think I was 21 and had no idea that you go into a Catholic church and here's people with their big long robes and their collars and nuns and everything, the most raucous, foul-mouthed, dirty joke telling. I was like, what in the world? I thought I was in the Twilight Zone or something. Yeah.
I was at a casino one time and there was like 5 nuns in there.
Yeah.
And they were raising the roof and having a good time. It was awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta get it where you can, right?
That's right.
It's also Iguana Awareness Day. Oh, and this is one for my wife. It's her favorite thing. Sudoku Day. Sudoku Day.
Is it Sudoku or Sudoku?
Sudoku. I can never say.
Okay.
The math game. It's Teddy Bear Day. It's Aunts Day as opposed to Ants Day. German Language Day. Drive Your Studebaker Day. Wiener Schnitzel Day.
That's a good German day.
With extra sauerkraut in your honor, Scott. And it's our day, Scott. It's Wonderful Weirdos Day.
Yay! It's too bad. It's almost spelt like Wiener Schnitzel Day. Schnitzel. It's almost like Schlafman. It's pretty darn close,
right? Or Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah. Luckily, that was never one of my nicknames.
I've got some special events for Sunday if you want to hear those too.
Yes, please.
Okay, this is a long list for Sunday. Wow. I'm going to go through them really fast. It's Grandparents' Day, German Language Day, it's also Drive Your Studebaker Day, Hug Your Hound Day, Pet Memorial Day, your favorite day, International Hot Dog Day, which shouldn't be confused with July's Hot Dog Day. It's International Makeup Day. Is that about putting makeup on your face or making up with somebody that you've had an argument with?
It doesn't say.
I think both then, I guess.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose. International Pet Memorial Day. It's also, are these the same ones because it's Iguana Awareness Day?
I think that was a mistake.
Okay. Yeah. Swap Ideas Day. So Be It Day, spelled S-E-W. Yep. TV Dinner Day, but take them out of the plastic tray. And World Suicide Prevention Day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number of the day is also 34, and that's a percentage of Christians who say they read the Bible at least once a week. All right. Want to do another shout out? Carrie checking in online. Thanks for listening, Carrie. She does that a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll move along to entertainment. We know with the actors' strike, and they had movies in the can, but they're holding them all back, or most of them back, because they can't send the actors out for the premieres.
Yep.
So they're holding them back, and just let them go. Come on,
right?
Because this is probably an example of how tough it is out there. And I can't imagine if you're a movie theater. I kind of like almost, if you want to see movie theater survive, you got to go to the theater and see these bad ones because they can't be making any money with this.
Well, I've seen
it's got to be really tough.
I've actually gone to a couple of them. Some of the theaters are replaying older movies, like some movies that maybe you didn't get to see the first time around when they're in the theater, which is pretty cool.
It is because, you know, especially with something like, okay, I watched Avatar on DVD. I never saw it originally, and I loved it. Going back to see that at the theater is a totally different experience.
We watched a couple weeks ago Coraline, you know, the animated claymation movie in the theaters. Phenomenal. I love that movie so much.
All right. Movies out this weekend. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. This is based on a book by Benjamin Senez, set in 1987, El Paso. It's a tale of two teenage Mexican-American loners, and they explore their friendship and the difficult road to self-discovery. Now, one in release. This was a popular, round one was a popular movie. It's The Nun 2, 1956 France. A priest is murdered and evil is spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit follows sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun.
Ooh.
It's horrible.
You know, I read that first part of like, what's her name from the Golden Girls, the old lady. Picture it, 1956, France. Sicily. Yeah.
So just by accident, me and Marion watched the original Nun just night before last night.
Oh, wow.
And she was jumping on the couch like crazy.
Oh,
but
cool.
She can also jump if she's startled during a cartoon. So. Sorry. Doesn't take much to make her jump. In fact, I'll sit on the couch if it's a movie I've seen and I know something scary is going to happen and just wait to like give her a little pre-shock. Is that wrong?
You know, last night one of my kids was there was a spider that I trapped in a glass on the floor, and I told the kids, you know, hey, kid, grab a piece of paper and go put that spider outside. And she was looking under the glass, and she's like, oh, I don't see it. And I wanted so hard to like run over and jump and but I didn't.
You held back. Oh, good for you.
She would have hit her head on something.
All right. Another must-see movie, Setting in Bars with Cake.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Based on the cookbook, Setting in Bars with Cake by Audrey Schulman. Stars Yara Shahidi, Odazon Azon, and Bette Midler. Here you go.
She's still alive?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wow. This one will shock you, too. Finest Kind. A crew of fishermen tread dangerous waters when their debts start piling up. Starring Jenna Ortega, Tommy Lee Jones, and Ben Foster.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. All right. That's what's going on for entertainment this weekend. And a little time check. We're going to wrap up our show, Chuck. Or should we do a few news and nuggets?
Yeah, let's do some news nuggets.
All right, few news and nuggets for you. These are stories on the lighter side. First up, Powerball jackpot for Saturday night's drawing, $500 million. Get your tickets, and then share with us.
Don't get your tickets. I'm going to win it. I'll be the only one to buy a ticket. The key to success in business. Are you thinking of starting a business? Do you own or manage one? Here comes the key to success in business. Common sense, Scott. Common sense.
No.
Yeah. So researchers, this from American University and University of Maryland, found that entrepreneurs who learn from experience and experiment have an edge over those who acquire knowledge through reading and observation.
Okay.
This
one sounds fun. Ramsbottom, England.
Ramsbottom.
Ramsbottom, England is the place to be on Sunday. That's right. It's the annual black pudding throwing competition. Annual event outside the town's Oak Pub involves competitors who attempt to dislodge large Yorkshire puddings placed on a 20-foot high scaffolding by throwing smaller puddings about the size of hockey pucks at them.
Oh, those British people sure know how to have fun, don't they? Reminds me of the cheese rolling contest. You ever seen that one?
No. Sounds dangerous, though.
They roll a wheel of cheese down a hill, and they run after it to try to catch it. A very steep hill, and they go very fast, and they fall, and they get injured.
All right.
Yeah.
We love pudding and cheese.
Oh, yum, black pudding. Your tummy may bulge and your hair may turn gray, but one thing that doesn't fade with your age is your sense of humor. That's a good thing, too, though, because it helps if you can laugh when your body starts to sag in places you never knew were so sensitive to gravity. So this, wow. So this study from Baycrest Center for Geriatric Care in Toronto showed that our appreciation of humor doesn't necessarily fade with age, although our ability to understand complex form of humor might as our mental abilities decline. But we do still enjoy a good laugh when we get the joke.
You just pause there. We still enjoy a good laugh when we get the joke.
Although I wonder sometimes you look at humor from 20, 30 years ago and it doesn't quite hit the same.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's funny how times change society and what we think's funny.
It is.
All right. Have you ever scrolled through your partner's text messages or emails, Chuck?
Not really. I really don't care.
And maybe listen to her voicemails?
Does she have voicemail? I don't even know.
All right, Chuck, apparently you're all alone. More than a third of Americans who took part in a survey said suspicious behavior warrants electronic snooping. More women than men said it was okay to spy. 37%.
Wow.
37% said spying on a significant other is acceptable if bad behavior is suspected. 29% of males agreed with that statement. So
wow.
Women love to snoop more than men.
I mean,
would you have guessed that, Chuck?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I do believe that. I actually do. I have her email on my phone. Like I can just click over and switch to her account. But why it's boring. It's all business stuff. I don't care.
Okay. Next story's you, Chuck.
Yeah, so Crocs has released a limited edition Shrek-inspired clog. It's garnering attention from fans. The swamp green shoes feature adjustable straps that come with green ears and a nose as accessories.
All right.
You gonna
they
get
have
those?
A punch-proof helmet for your head?
Right? Have you seen some of the Croc accessories that are out there?
No.
I saw once snow plows that you can little miniature snow plows you can put on your Crocs to clear the snow away.
I'd like to see you do the whole KCHW parking lot with those shoes.
Just be shuffling around the parking lot with my Crocs and
It's gonna take forever.
And my freezing, soaking wet feet. Yeah. No thanks.
Right. Researchers at Georgia State University discovered a cheat code for better decision making. Play more video games. Believe it or not. In comparison to non-gamers, the study found habitual video game players displayed superior sensor motory skills, decision-making skills. And that's not all. Gamers also appeared to have more activity in key regions of their brains. They're alert and they're aware, even though they never leave the couch.
All you naysayers out there, see, video games are good for you.
Okay.
Encourage your children.
Right. Questions that have been haunting mankind for at least 50 years. Chuck Ritchie about to solve it.
Yes, the best length of toilet paper to use. Did you know that they actually did some research some years ago to determine how much toilet paper is ideal? So,
no.
Yeah. So
I wasn't privy to that information.
These researchers, of course, from Kimberly-Clark, which is a company that makes toilet paper, concluded the best length is about 20 inches or 5 standard toilet paper squares. Yeah. They say this offers the right balance of usability and eco-friendliness.
Eco-friendliness.
Eco, potato.
That's great.
Toilet paper, old sock.
I'm going to keep a tape measure beside the toilet.
You could just count 5 squares.
Oh, 5 squares. Okay.
Don't have a square to
I
spare.
gotta go to the bathroom. Hey, we're out of toilet paper!
I thought I could throw that in. All right, here comes the world of the odd, dumb criminals and more. We call it Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, yeah. Get ready to take in all the wonder. It's the Friday edition of Odd News. Starting off with the news attack. First sentence true. Second sentence bad. Joke. Here comes Chuck.
Yeah, so BMW, they're dropping their controversial subscription for their plan for heated seats. Did you know they had a subscription plan? You had to pay monthly to get your heated seats to work, apparently. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought that was my spicy burrito acting up. No, I've been paying for it the whole time.
Yeah, when my car seat gets warm, I know there's a problem.
Right? Oops.
However, there will still be a monthly charge to use the glove box microwave. I wish that came in cars.
Oh, a glove box microwave would be amazing, wouldn't it?
You know, when you're in a hurry and you're going cross country, you can go into the Quickie Mart, grab the frozen hamburger, and when you come back out from the Quickie Mart, you just pop your hood and you put it in that tray right above the engine, you know, where the leaves kind of collect underneath the windshield on the inside of the hood, and you put your frozen burger there. You drive for an hour. It's ready.
Oh, that sounds delicious, Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like to put mine by the muffler.
I'm not saying I've done that, but I've done that.
But you know, the problem with the seats heating up isn't so much when they heat up; it's when they mysteriously get cold 5 minutes later. You know, there's a problem.
Researchers say people 85 and older can live an even longer life by going for a daily 10-minute walk. My grandpa tried. Now he won't stop bragging about beating me in Fitbit challenges.
Shut up, Grandpa. Yeah. I'm just still trying to make it from my couch to my fridge in under 10 minutes. Grandpa's got me beat there.
I call that I'm way too full crawl.
Yeah, right? But I'm way too full. I got to go get some ice cream now.
I hate having to crawl back to the fridge. Another reminder of the danger of young kids consuming caffeinated energy drinks. It's out, especially if you're going to be stuck inside with them all weekend. Don't do it.
Yeah. In Germany, Munich's Oktoberfest begins next week. Yep. Unfortunately, I can't go, so I just watched the live stream my wife is going to, and she's going to occasionally pour warm beer on my head.
Oh, it'll be just like being there.
Right. Do they drink warm beer?
I want to babysit for somebody and jack up their kids on Red Bulls and then send them home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let your kids drink energy drinks. That's No, that's not good. They don't need that.
According to a study conducted at Case Western Reserve Medical School in Cleveland, older people who exercise their brains are less likely to lose their memory. The bad news is, the more they improve their memories, the harder it is to forget that they're still living in Cleveland.
Sorry. Yeah. Last one here, a study found that boa constrictors and anacondas don't kill their victims by squeezing the air out of them, as we previously thought, but by cutting off their blood flow. Oh man, that changes everything. We owe them an apology.
You're not so bad.
Yeah,
Mostly. Right, onto the world of wacky but true. We only add movie or TV sound effects to these. They are totally true. We start off in British Columbia, where police at a train station were able to reunite a wandering rabbit with his worried owner. Police said on social media that officers apprehended a suspect who thought he could hop onto a train without paying. Officers asked around the station and were able to find the owner of the animal, which turned out to be an emotional support bunny named Mercedes.
Oh, wascally wabbit.
All right, I put something together just for this.
Hey, I seen a rabbit.
The rabbit's not like us. You know, it has no history books, no photographs, no knowledge of sorrow or regret.
Sorry, Debbie, no Mercedes this year. We have to set an example.
Taking your rabbit.
Run away. A family in Florida captured footage of a three-legged bear helping itself to some White Claw hard seltzers from the outdoor refrigerator. The bear, obviously known as Tripod, is a recognizable figure in the neighborhood due to its unique trait of only having 3 legs. The homeowner received an alert from her security system and saw Tripod on the cameras. It also helped itself to fish food from their fish tank.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. These bears are wild, mind you, not trained carnival bears with little tats.
Little tats.
Hats.
Hats. I said tats like tattoos. Okay.
It did kind of sound like tats, though, didn't it?
It did.
All right. 10-year-old boy in Arizona led troopers on a chase after being spotted driving a red pickup. Child's 49-year-old father was found in the passenger seat with an open container. Incident was reported to Arizona Department of Public Safety when a driver noticed the truck weaving and speeding. Trooper attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver made an unsafe lane change, and the pursuit ended. Or ensued, excuse me. Chase ended when the truck stopped in the right emergency lane. Father now faces multiple charges.
Dad! Come on, Dad, we gotta go! Wake up!
Dad, the cops are here. Wake up.
That's horrible.
Wow. A 16-year-old was brake checked by the car in front of him when in Walton County, Florida. The man in the lead car then parked at an apartment complex, and the teen drove by, and, of course, words were exchanged. The man pulled a gun on the teen, who, of course, left and called 911. Sheriff deputies contacted the suspect, a 36-year-old Brandon Greger Crumbly, who was did have a gun but denied pulling it out of the holster. But the teen had proof, a dash cam, and Crumbly was then arrested and charged.
Here's what Crumbly's wife had to say.
We're not really violent people. This is our first gun.
Yep, totally okay.
Wow.
All right. Marion County, Florida, sheriff's deputy clocked a pickup truck driving 89 in a 45. Driver allegedly attempted to shake the deputy but failed and was pulled over. Deputy noticed two things about the 41-year-old driver. He smelled of alcohol and he was wearing a T-shirt that declared, "I'm the reason the beer's always gone."
Way to advertise it.
Yeah. Deputy administered a field sobriety test, and the man allegedly failed. Later, breathalyzer test showed his blood alcohol at nearly 3 times the legal limit. So, way to go with that T-shirt.
It's part of my life. I'm just going to grab this shirt if you don't mind.
Shut! Not turned out at fun! Also, come on!
Spaceballs the T-shirt!
Wear that shirt, boy.
I would love a Spaceballs T-shirt.
Me too.
I would wear that every day. German man got a suitcase full of clothes lost 24 years earlier. Police found a suitcase outside a police station and contacted the owner. That suitcase then vanished the suitcase originally vanished during one of his flights home from a vacation.
That's 24 years ago.
Weird, and just magically showed up in front of a police station.
They opened it to show him the clothes he used to wear.
Where did you get that dress? It's awful, and those shoes and that coat. Jeez.
All right. 280-pound mugging victim's life was saved in Germany when a bullet fired at him was trapped in his fat.
Oh.
Man said he was attacked by a mugger and heard a loud bang, but didn't feel any pain because he says he'd been drinking and didn't really know what was going on. He didn't know he'd been shot until he was examined after reporting the attack to police 2 days later. Apparently, the bullet fell out of the rolls of his fat while he was being examined for injuries.
What? Wow.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Last story, all Chuck Ritchie.
Police in UK stopped a man for speeding and discovered he had been steering his car with his legs while playing the flute. Does this happen to you often, Scott?
Yes.
The flautist was clocked at going 80 miles an hour and told the officers he was so desperate to perfect his performance that he couldn't afford to waste time on the road.
Well, at least he was honest.
And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises.
Yay! Sounds like a good time.
It will be beautiful.
All right, that's our show for today. Thanks for everybody that checked in online and said hi this morning. Thanks so much. Thanks for sharing the program. Don't forget, today is the day for the Chihuahua Farmers Market. That goes from 11 to 3:30. What special things are happening today at the Farmers Market, Chuck Ritchie?
The apple pie eating contest is happening at 3:30 as soon as the market closes, and we will be there to cover the events.
All right.
Woohoo.
All right. All right, our own Doug McLean for Dirt Road Doug from the Dirt Road Blues Show, which airs at 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights. Going to be eating some pie in honor of KCHW. Very cool.
Yes, it's
and,
exciting.
Chuck, you going to do any live breaks?
Yeah, we're going to be doing some live breaks all throughout the day, maybe interviewing some of the shop owners there at the fair as we go around through the day. Yeah, we'll kind of play it by ear and see what we have going on.
All right, and don't forget to stop by and visit because they do have those. They're going to have membership forms. You want to join the Radio Guild? It can be as low as $20 if you are, I believe, a senior or a vet or a student. They do go up to $102.70 for 102.7 for businesses, or gold level memberships if your family wants to get one of those and support public radio in Stevenson County. Check out the new brochure that explains how to sponsor programming and the benefits it gives to the community. And we want to thank Chuck's wife and LaVon and Laura for putting that all together. All right, there you go. Did I miss anything, Chuck?
No, I don't. I mean, there's a lot going on, but yeah, I think that's good.
All right, then exit stage left. This is KCHW 102.7. Have a great weekend.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Hey, we're out of toilet paper! No!
Dad! Come on, Dad, we gotta go! Wake up!
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, Mr. Jokey. Joke maker. This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Bye, everyone.